We will look at how to create a fluid simulation in Blender like this. So an ice cube falls in a liquid and there's a splash of liquid. Alright, so we'll try to see how to create a cool looking animation like this in Blender. So we're going to start from scratch. I'll delete this slide and go to the front view by hitting the 1 key on the numeric pad, or you can use these. So I'll hit the N key and move the cube 1.15 above the ground, and we will name this liquid. I will duplicate this and make it 1.1, and then the scale will be 1.1. We'll call this glass. We'll hide the liquid and work on the glass. Go to edit mode, select the top face, delete it. Then we'll go to modify panel and add solidify. The thickness will be 0.1. We will apply the solidify. Then we will add subdivision surface, level 2, maybe 3. Hit the tab key and we will add 2 edge loops and scale them. So we need some definition at the bottom and we need some definition at the top. We also need the same thing inside. So we will create 2 edge loops inside and scale them inside as well. I need to have a thicker base. So you can see that the thickness is even, but we need more thickness at the base. So we'll move it up. So there's more thickness for the glass at the bottom. Alright, our glass is ready. Object shade smooth. Alright, now we'll turn the liquid on and we'll add subdivision to the liquid. 3, again tab, add 2 loops and scale it. Okay, and we'll make it little less. So there's some liquid in the glass and it will be sitting here. I will also scale it down a little bit. Okay, so it's little smaller than the glass. Okay, so we have the glass and the liquid. The glass, we can add material. We will use glass material. Okay, 1.33 and roughness 0. The other one is also glass. We'll delete that and create a new one. Name it liquid. I like purple color. This one is glass also, purple color again. 1.33, no roughness. Okay, so we have the glass and the liquid. Now we will add mesh icosphere. We'll scale it to 0.2 and move it up. And I'll scale it a little bit and I'll rotate it a little bit. Okay, object, apply, scale. So this is our ice cube. We want the ice cube to fall into the glass. So we'll select the glass, go to physics, rigid body, passive, and mesh. This object, rigid body, active. Okay, move this slightly up. Go to wireframe plate, and the glass falls down. 120 frames is good enough. So I'll go to Object, Rigid Body, Bake to Keyframe, 120. Okay. So now we have keyframe for the ice cube falling in the water. Looks good. This object has a rigid body. We'll go to Object, Rigid Body, Remove. So now we simply have a keyframe animation of the ice cube falling into the water. We need some time for the water to settle down. So we'll say maybe 20 frames, we'll move it. Okay, 18-20 frames. So first, come on. And then the ice cube will fall. So we need to now add fluid simulation. So select the glass, fluid, effector, sampling 2, fluid, effector, sampling 2, liquid, fluid, this one will be flow, flow will be liquid, geometry, sampling 2. Now we need, this will be called domain. So we have the domain, we'll make it cover the simulation and make it slightly big. Okay, so this is where the liquid simulation will happen. So fluid, domain, liquid, 64, 32 does not give results for me. Okay, so I use 64. Now this domain has to be, let us leave it like that and see what happens. Plate, this one we have to make is planar so that it doesn't make the liquid go out. So now things are working good. The cube is falling, and then you can see that there is some disturbance in the water, but it is not enough. So we'll select the ice cube and add a force field, and the force field is surface. So now when we play it, there is more splash. So what we do is we increase the strength to 3. Now the problem is that the water will start moving even before the ice cube starts moving. So we need to add something called max distance, and keep an eye on this. When I increase this distance, there is a dotted circle that comes, and we need that dotted circle to encompass the object. So when we play it, now we have a splash, and it is not starting before. Now we need to increase the strength. So let us make it 6 and play it. Okay, so you can see that the splash is more. So you can increase it further to get more splash. Maybe you can try to increase the distance, then play it. Okay, and you get a nice splash. So now you select the domain and then convert it to mesh. And now you have liquid simulation. So if you go to the last basic stuff, cycles, I'll make this 32, denoise, 32, go here, add an environment texture. I'm going to use an HDRI image of the ballroom. Then I'll go to set up the camera, go to view, camera to viewport, zoom out, and you can set up your camera. We will then add mesh plane, scale it, go to object properties, visibility, shadow catcher. To further enhance the scene, we'll go to add, light, area light. Move it up, scale it up, light, make it 50. We can remove the cast shadow, then we'll duplicate it, place it here, rotate it, put it there, make it red color, 100. Okay. The liquid can be hidden. One of the liquids doesn't have the material. The domain doesn't have a material. So we will select the liquid. Domain liquid 64, mesh, should be playing now. The simulation has some problems. I don't know why it happens. Let us create a new domain again and see what happens. Add mesh cube, name it domain, add the liquid material. Scale it up, scale it wide. Okay. Fluid, domain, liquid, 64, and mesh. Okay. 0, and we have beautiful liquid. We'll try to render one scene, 1280 by 720. Render image. And you can render your animation and get very cool looking liquid simulation in Blender. That looks super cool. Thank you very much.